Hey, Russell Pearson here, and I've always been obsessed with cycles of change, working out how to re-engineer them and actually work out what are the steps of that cycle and potentially recreate it for yourself, whether it be like caterpillars into butterflies or with my own forging work with the blacksmithing. I love taking things through that cycle of critical heat so that it changes the molecular structure of the steel, which allows you to move it to where you want to do, and actually then through another cycle turn it into something strong and long-lasting. Well, recently I actually was inspired by a David Attenborough documentary that talked a little bit toward the end about aquaponics, and so this is another cycle that I'm into. Now this cycle here has fish that actually go up and feed the plants, and then the plants filter any of the toxins from the fresh fish and they bring them back and actually filter the water for the fish. Awesome cycle, right? So this is what my project's been for the last week, is actually creating this aquaponics environment. Now, funnily enough, the same things happens in my work and the same thing happens with you in your business. There are certain cycles that you need to take your business through or people through that actually enable you to get more ideal clients. And so the one I'm looking at the moment is, yes, in 2020, we absolutely need to adapt ourselves and we need to be able to do things maybe a little bit different, try some new things, but there are 4 things that are really a cycle that if you've got them in your business, you're going to be thriving already this year. Now, number 1 is I like to make sure that people can get yeses, all right? So we're working back, right? So we're not starting with the prospect, we're actually starting with the end in mind, which is actually getting the yes. How do we get that new client? So if you've got a system, because a lot of people don't have a system for getting people to say yes and people who want to say yes to you, then that's something that you're going to need to do, because no matter how much marketing you push towards a funnel that doesn't have a way to convert people, it just won't work for you. So making sure that you have a bunch of yeses a system that you can get those yeses is incredibly important for the cycle of your business. Now, number 2 is what I call the flood of drips. How do you get leads on a regular basis? Now, I'm not talking about a massive amount of leads, because back when I started my business 15 years ago, the company I set up for business insurance. And one of the things I noticed on the business insurance was that it asked the question, do you have more than 20% of your income in one client? Now, I thought that was interesting, so I found out what that was all about, and it's a risk. If you've got more than 20% of your income in one client, then that's a risky proposition. Now, the same thing happens with your marketing leads. If you've got more than 20% of your leads through one avenue, then that's a massive risk for your marketing. So I like to look at a flood of drips, which is the idea of having 5 to even 10 different sources of leads that come through. So each week you get maybe 3 leads from one from another, 2 from another, and you build them up. And then as one stops working, you can tear it out like gardening, replace it with something new, and then you've got a new cycle there as well. So we've got getting to yes, making sure that you can get the yeses, making sure you have a flood of drips in your business. The third one is how to scale. How do you actually get bigger? Now, usually I do that through 10x influence. How can you actually get seen more, known within a niche? So it's a lot around branding, niching, around exposure and amplifying self. Now, the key with that, especially this year, is do not pretend to be something you're not. A lot of people are saying be polished. I'm saying the opposite, be real. Be as real as you possibly can, because if you can be more you than you've ever been, it's going to be easier to remain consistent in that, and you'll attract more people that have the same value set as you, which are ideally going to be your dream clients. So how are we going to get those yeses? How are we going to get a flood of drips? How are we going to make sure that we're amplifying ourselves and actually scaling that marketing opportunity? And then finally, how do we keep them coming back? So whether that be clients getting you referrals, whether that be just the amazing service that you're delivering, but also having something different that maybe others don't, will be the thing that helps people keep coming back. And communication, expectation, and onboarding is a massive part of that. So think about for yourself. I'd love to hear in the comments below whether any of those areas that you could actually need help in, or you're struggling in, any of those areas that you'd like more videos or education on, let me know, because I can help out with that. So have you got a system that can get the yeses? Have you got a flood of drips that's going to bring regular clients into your world by multiple avenues? Do you have a way to scale that marketing engine and actually get more amplification out of it? And finally, how do you keep them coming back so you don't have to have one custom come in, one goes out, one comes in, one goes out? You actually want to keep one come in, they stay in, then you got 2, then you got 3, then you get 4, and you grow and build that way. So ideally, you're not going to be just trying to survive in this year, you're actually thriving, and you're going to be kicking butt as you get through to 2021. So I hope you enjoyed my little aquaponics system. This is only just starting, so we'll see how it goes. And leave in the comments below any of the answers to those questions I've asked. I'd love to hear what you've got to say. And until next time, stay passionate, and I'll catch you on the next one.